Chris starting off with that big serve.
1-0.
Well played from Eric there, showing a little finesse and a little angle.
0-1.
Very good from Chris. That's one of his favorite shots.
Correction, side out.
Yes.
Backhand down the line.
1-0. Side out.
Oncins gets away with one there, a little high. Haworth's response is accordingly.
Yep.
0-1. Point.
Elite net coverage there from Eric. Anticipating that hard cross-court pass very well.
1-1. Side out. One. Side out.
Chris with the big serve, but doesn't quite get under that third shot backhand. Guys are kind of trading blows here.
1-1. Point.
Is there anything you look for early in singles matches to see either how a player's feeling in their way
2-1.
into it, patterns otherwise?
Side out.
Yeah, certainly I do. The first few points of a match or the beginning of the match is a good time to really feel the ball out and kind of assess how I'm
1-2.
playing, then also assess how my opponent is moving. So sometimes
Side
just,
out.
well, beautiful shot by Eric there. But sometimes my opponent is really hitting good shots
2-1.
on the run, in which case, if it aligns
Point.
with my plan B going into a match, I could try to also stifle their good movement, at least to start, by hitting some hard returns up the
3-1.
middle and making them create an angle. So there's a lot to look for in the beginning of matches.
Side out.
Better from Chris Haworth there.
One, 3.
Wow.
Point.
Talk about heavy hitting. The paddle head speed of Chris Haworth.
That he just beat Eric purely on the pace and lowness of his shot. Eric was kind of anticipating the location of all those passes perfectly.
Point.
But there was just too much pace on that one. As Chris evens it out at 3 apiece.
3-3.
Springs the next one.
Side out. Three.
Agey coverage from Eric Oncins. Tough to pass that length.
It is. I think that's the thing that he's improved the most in his singles game is that net coverage. Not to mention his two-hand backhand, which he said coming from tennis where he had a one-handed backhand, it was a bit of an adjustment to use two, where it's kind of more of an advantage in pickleball. But that net coverage is seriously no joke.
3-4.
At this point, against maybe 90% of players on tour, Chris would have had probably 5 clean
Point.
passes.
Yeah,
But Eric's just covered so well so far.
great point. The ball there from
4-4.
Haworth. I mean, this one was going to be tight all the way through. Commits to the corner of the forehand wing
Side out.
and gets beat down the line. Little help from the net.
Hold up. Here we go. 4-4. Side out.
Chris there with a little net love on the return. Gets her right back.
4-4. Point.
Spun that one off the baseline intentionally too. Surely he did.
Yes, absolutely. He's aiming for the back of the line there. What a serve.
5-4.
Wow, that is so good
Side out.
from Oncins.
Very well struck.
4-5.
Wow.
Well done.
Side out.
I don't mind that approach shot from Eric there. He had a good look at that backhand volley, but just left the drop volley a little high. There's that style matchup I was talking about earlier, where
5-4.
maybe
out.
9 times out of 10, if they're going forehand to forehand from the baseline, Chris is going to stay in that pattern no matter what. So it's going to be up to
4-5.
Eric to change that pattern and make it more of a north-south game rather than lateral baseline.
What a shot from Oncins. Gonna scramble, buries it the other way.
Very well done.
With the length that he has, how do you neutralize it? Like, is there a line of thought that you have maybe in that matchup if you screen off in the sequence? The third was 13-11. It was a battle point for point. Momentum swung both directions. Match points everywhere, both sides.
Yeah, what a match that was. I mean, both players played incredibly. I really got to see the last match point highlight. Oh, wow. Chris Haworth going straight for the body there on the short ball. But that match point highlight where Eric was all the way in the back forehand corner and still found his way to hit a passing shot. That was really special.
Nonsense. It's Haworth's number at the moment. Make it 8-5.
Yeah, he's starting to take control here, showing why approaching the net and good net coverage can get you far in this game.
Point.
Even that last ground stroke that Eric hit, most players on tour these days would not look to approach off that because Chris hit a return maybe on the baseline, but Eric did. It's paying off really well for him. Wow.
Point.
On a heater right now, and yeah, like you said, he kind of has Chris's number a bit. Chris is going to have to make an adjustment if he wants to turn this one around.
Point. Oncins. Looking to stir up more drama in Florida. And he will. Game one is earned by Oncins. Heavy serving, a lot of cagey length at the line, and he is one game away from moving on to the quarterfinal rounds. We'll see if he can get there in game two right after this.
Chris's shoes, I do think it's time to maybe come in a little more, even though that's not necessarily his game. Eric's just doing such a good job. Eric's doing so well of taking Chris's time away, and he's kind of neutralizing Chris's superpower, which is his passing shots. So I think Chris needs to neutralize Eric a little bit by coming in.
That's a great point. Not easy to neutralize those passes of Haworth.
Definitely not.
About this start for Haworth in game two.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to see a better stroke for him in that in pickleball.
1-0. Tied out.
It's too good from Eric, though. I do like that he's made this adjustment so far. We'll see if he can stick to it and if it'll pay off.
0-1.
Wow.
Tied out.
Man on a mission.
Seriously.
One zero.
Oh my.
Tied out.
Right back at you, says Eric. Both guys passing beautifully here.
0-1. Point.
The float that return had from Haworth. We got a challenge here. Is it challenge? Or no? I thought I heard him say challenge.
Yeah, maybe just asking for confirmation.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard him say challenge on the out call, but it was indeed out.
Point.
Back to back. Oncins back on top.
2-1.
Woo!
Wow.
Tied out.
Pickpockets him.
What a play from Chris there. I do like that he came in even when Eric was in. I actually would have liked if he came in off of his first pass. He had kind of a floaty or volley from Eric. Nonetheless, he got the job done there. And now evens it at 2.
Nice. Obliterated from Chris Haworth, to say the least.
I mean, he's a special ball striker. Just the weight and consistency of like shots that are hitting nearly the baseline is unmatched in this sport.
Saw Moda El-Houni floating in the background there. He had a win over Adam Harvey in the round of 16. He'll face the winner of this one, so
good run
vested
for Mota.
Interest. Yeah. Ooh, click off the tape. Bounced even further away from Chris Haworth. It's a 3-gamer against Adam Harvey, 12-10 in the third for Moda.
What a grind.
Also beat John Lucian Goins on his way to the round of 16 prior to that. So great tournament run, to your point.
Yep. We got to kind of shift away from making our own call. So this will be a very welcome enhancement to the sport, and we're all looking forward to it.
Especially for a techie guy like you, developed his own app once upon a time. I'm sure. Do we have any more progress with any training pickleball apps?
No, okay. that I don't know.
He's had enough. Both you with a tech and Chris Haworth in this match.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oncins winced away. Please don't hit me. Haworth pump faked him. Looked like he was going to.
Point.
It's the same point every time. Do something, says Chris. And he's absolutely right.
We talked about that balance,
7-3.
Augie. The equally hard on your legs as it is on your emotions in this sport.
Certainly.
When you're out there by yourself,
Side
that's a
out.
nice recovery ball from Haworth.
It is, it is.
See what he does with it.
Good adjustment to come in there off the return again.
3-7.
Good
Point.
passes from Chris there. Stays patient on that first pass and then lines up the one he really wants.
4-7. Point. Timeout receiver, 5-7.
We have Eric calling a timeout. He initially wanted a challenge, maybe more so just to slow down the momentum that Chris is gaining, but switched it to a timeout call.
Interesting. Run here for Haworth, not out of it quite yet. Salome Davidze at his bench. She's, of course, fierce competitor on the women's singles side of things. And still alive. Will face Laura Geltonen in the round of 16. That'll be a tight matchup. Good battles between those two. That's a match coming up later on today. But for right now, spending her time coaching
15
Chris
seconds.
Haworth's bench. Place to
No
be.
timeout.
Yeah, no,
One
not
timeout.
a bad person to have on your bench either. Salome, about a month ago, took a game off of Anna Lee, who's still undefeated,
Time
and
in.
I don't even remember how long.
5-7. Point.
How Chris doing a fantastic job of covering that net.
Big 7.
Wow, channeled that frustration appropriately, ties it up 7 apiece after trailing a game and down 7-3 in the second. 4 straight for Haworth. Another look at the backhand
7-7.
beauty.
Point.
Yeah, Chris showing us why he has 3 titles on the PPA Tour here. He does not give up, especially with his back against the wall. Now he's on a bit of a roll.
8-7.
His gold was in Virginia Beach this season. Went over Alshon in rainy conditions. Down the
Point.
line and a rope from Haworth. He must have deleted game 1 from his memory.
Nope.
Great resiliency here.
9-7. Point.
Game point.
Ten 7. Point game.
That'll do it for game
Timeout
2.
taken.
Love it. Chris Haworth tests his resiliency in game 2 against Eric Oncins. Made the decision to recover the match, and he is now alive and well. Game 3 will be a reset on both sides. What gives is the question.
Again, showing that variety is key here in singles. Wow.
Point.
If I'm Chris, that's the kind of point that I want to play, where I get to keep Eric back at the baseline and just trade forehands with him.
Yeah.
Got the better of him there.
2-0. Tied out.
Got that one lined up nicely. He was shaking his head to himself, telling himself that's the right shot.
0-2.
Oh,
Side out.
had the right touch shot in mind.
Yep.
Robbed by the net. Haworth steals back the serve.
I do think this is the right tactical play from
2-0.
Eric, where he's going to continue to charge the net,
Keeps that
continue to
point.
try to keep the ball away, or to continue to try to neutralize Chris's passing shots. But I mean, when he's passing like that, it's very tough.
especially from the middle of the court. He trying to keep him at bay, keeping things neutral in the
3-0.
middle, and
Yep.
Haworth still finds the angle.
Yep.
Point.
They're just not executing on a couple drop volleys there. He's getting good looks, good
4-0.
positioning.
Side out. Zero 4.
Wow.
Side out.
Again. It's been a completely different player.
Mhm.
Four 0.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
He's on a tear right now.
Five 0.
Jeez.
Point.
Yeah.
Timeout.
Add
change
it to the list. 6-0 will flip ends. And how about Chris Haworth?
in. Time in. 6-0. Point.
There he goes, making that adjustment of hanging back for a little longer. I do think maybe he had a chance to
7-0.
come in on one of those. There he goes.
Wow.
Very
Side
well
out.
done from Eric. That's a perfect adjustment.
Turns it into some momentum here.
0-7. Side out. Seven 0. Side out.
Side spin serve that way. It seemed like the only person that tripped up maybe was him on the third.
Maybe.
Oncins, though, still looking for his first point. Heavy to the forehand. What an approach
Goes. Yep,
from
he's on the board.
Oncins.
And actually, I would like to see Eric mix up his serve a little bit here.
To what?
Maybe just mix up the height a little bit, the pace. We go for a screwdriver to get Chris off the court to start the points.
Side out.
Something to get him slightly off balance because he's so on balance and just hitting the shots at will right now.
Look,
7-1.
another head nod from Eric Oncins, who just rolls that ball right back over. Get, no way, no way. We're still going. Haworth finally kicks him while he's down. That was unbelievable.
Up until 7-3 in the second even, when
8-1.
Chris started finding that pass.
Side out.
So it's going to be about picking and choosing the right time to come in.
There he goes. And Haworth still finds the opening.
Still there.
Wow, I mean, over the highest part of the net, too.
Yeah.
Haworth's finding that.
I do think even though Chris has passed well from the middle, Eric can keep trying to make him create some angle from the middle still. Wow. Eric showing off the wheels again, but it's just not enough for the power of Chris there.
Wow.
I mean, Chris is going to make 95% of his passes on the run, and maybe he only makes 90% of them from the middle of the court.
Right.
So
crazy numbers.
Yeah.
When you think about it like that.
of course, if you hit a ball like that, then you got to make him run every time.
Point.
There he goes. Some signs of life from Eric.
2-9. Point.
Well done. He's gaining some momentum here. Looking for a late surge.
Say never.
3-9.
Oh my goodness.
What impressed you the most?
Everything. Just the shot making is incredible. A, B, trading forehands. The weight of his shot is just so heavy. And I honestly like the shot that Eric transitioned on. Just Chris is too good on that pass. Maybe Eric can try. Well done from Eric to hang in there, baseline to baseline. Maybe Eric can try when he's trading forehands instead of approaching full line to kind of approach with a shot that's going into Chris's body. He might jam him up that way. But right now, Chris is looking really bulletproof.
Haworth looks relieved.
Yep, both players taking a deep breath after that one.
Trying to make it to the quarter here. Needs two to do that. There he goes. Match point. Chris Haworth looking for revenge in a quarterfinal appearance.
Yes, I was going to say, I'm sure Chris looked ahead to this one and said, I wanted revenge. And he's got a chance right here.
I'm wondering if that crossed his mind, too, with that 7-3 turnaround in game 2. There he goes. He got it. Well played. Chris Haworth gets revenge over Eric Oncins. The meeting series now stuck at 1 match each. And we're going to try and get a chat with Chris Haworth after this one if we can. Stay locked in here in Daytona Beach. Chris Haworth made the decision midway through game 2 to turn it around, and he did.